Oh, let me hit my shit, turn it on. Duh. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Let me give y'all a couple minutes to get on in here. We got some stuff today. I need a charger for my phone. I got it. Thanks, girl. Hey, for anybody that's new, go ahead on and drop your questions. I'm probably going to be busy this whole live talking about stuff. So if you got any questions, please drop them. If this is your first time being here, please follow, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I hope you guys are having a great Monday today. Let me see. Okay. Ooh. Hey. All right, so y'all let me know. Hey, let me know if y'all can hear me real quick, and then I'm gonna go ahead on it. I'm gonna get started. Okay. Let me try to go back to my screenshots so I can show y'all. So we can go talk about everything. Okay. All righty. Hey, Simple Living, how you doing? All right. I'm gonna go a couple little things. Well, I hope everybody's having a great Monday. Thank y'all for being here. Your girl is tired. Okay. I must have had a lot of stuff on my mind last night because I could not go to sleep. So I am running off about 3 hours of sleep that I got this morning. I did not sleep at all last night. So bear with me if I have a little foggy brain. I doubt it. But if I do, bear with me anyway. Okay. So again, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you guys being here. Hey, S. David. Um, y'all know I like when y'all are here. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Like, follow, subscribe, tag somebody, the whole nine. Okay. And again, drop your questions if you have them, because I know y'all gonna have some anyway. All right. So I told you guys last week that I wanted you guys to look up BRICS, BRICS. Y'all know we don't talk about nothing here on this channel unless it's actually real and in effect. Okay. So I wanted you guys to check out BRICS, BRICS, just so you guys can know that some of the countries that may not necessarily like us are linking up. Okay. So I'm going to speak like the streets. Okay. Our ops are linking up, like Cardi B said, ops linking up. Y'all know the rest. Okay. So that's exactly what happened. I don't even know if y'all seen the video with Kim Jong-un, I guess you say the president of North Korea, with Vladimir Putin, that's the president in Russia. And if you guys are in Florida, or if y'all even pay attention to the news, you guys saw that they were having Russia was doing some training off of Cuba and Guantanamo Bay. If you guys had heard, I don't know if you have, but there were like dolphins that were all screwed up in the head because of the sonar equipment coming off of the submarines. The dolphins were getting lost and they were ending up on the shore. I just saw an article today. There was a shark that just ended up on the beach. Okay. So it is real. Okay. So I just want y'all to know, so y'all got to stay into the news, even though y'all may not necessarily want to, but these are things that are very important and that will could possibly affect us. I ain't gonna go into what it can do, but I just wanted to double down that I told you guys about this last week, to be paying attention to what is going to happen. In my opinion, I believe we're going to have a WAR soon. Okay. We usually have one every other administration, and we're probably due for one. And I would not be surprised if we don't have one. Okay. So if y'all got people in the military and all that kind of stuff, I say these things ahead of time because I'm a person that believes in preparation, and people need to prepare whether they think they need to or not. Okay. Just to double down again, we talked last week also about if you have a Facebook page, um, you guys probably didn't know, but Facebook does allow you to have I guess you could say like a beneficiary, but somebody that you can actually transfer the responsibility of your account in the event that you are no longer here, so that they can handle closing your account out. Um, uh, and it's crazy because every week, we always talk about estate planning, family planning, making sure that you guys are preparing for the inevitable, because y'all know there's two things that's always going to happen. We're going to be taxed, and one day we're going to all DIE. So whether we want to believe it or not, it's happening. And we're putting a burden on too many of our family members because we are not preparing. I don't know if y'all guys y'all know I'm in the news all the time. One of the rappers from Florida was just killed. Okay. He was taken out. But I can promise you, he didn't have a thing set up for his family, and he had a little bit of money. Okay. So it's always the rich people. You think that because they got money, they are doing what they should be doing, and they're not. You guys are on a much lower scale. You have less things to insure, you have less things to put in your will or your trust. There is no reason why you guys should not have all of your stuff taken care of. Okay. I'm 45, and I had all my estate planning documents done in my 20s. Now I do have to update some things, as life changes around, but you guys should definitely be looking at that, because unfortunately things are happening. Okay. Stuff was bothering me so much this weekend. I just wanted to put out a post on my page and let you guys know that, hey, even if I don't know you, I love you, because people are just getting taken out of here at any time. And that's not to make this a sad, live, but it's reality. Okay. So we definitely have to prepare. So if you don't got a power of attorney, if you don't have, I told you I'll do that thing on Facebook. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just help y'all all out. I have a spreadsheet that is for individuals who want to prepare their loved ones in the event they pass. This spreadsheet is already done. The only things you guys need to do is put in your information, put in your insurance companies, put in your bank account, put your logins and passwords. It allows you to, list passwords for all of your accounts if you choose. And what you can do, if you find somebody that you trust, you can send it to them, or you can have it printed out somewhere. And in the event you pass, you give it to them. So if y'all want it, it's completely free. Okay. It is a spreadsheet with a lot of tabs. All right. I don't know how many of y'all are familiar with spreadsheets, but if you are, this is a great tool to use, and give it to everybody that you know. Okay. Because when somebody passes, it's so much going on. We don't have time to think. Okay. We do not have time to think. People are preparing for your funeral and all of these other things. So make it easy on them. And I'm giving you a free spreadsheet. Okay. All y'all got to do is send me a message on my website, shamikasaves.com. Tell me you want the spreadsheet. I will send it to you. Okay. I got it from a website about 10 years ago, and I have never let it go. And it was probably one of the best things I think I've probably found online. Okay. So I will send that to you, so y'all don't even have to do no research at all. Okay. And yes, Hazel saying that it's tough to prepare for death. I think a lot of people think that it's tough to prepare for death. I think what it is we don't want to think about it because we believe that we have another day. And God willing, I hope that everybody does, but that is not the reality. All right. All y'all got to do is go look on the news. Okay. A little girl in Houston was just RAPE and unalived by two immigrants. She was 12 years old. You think her mama was prepared to bury her daughter? She wasn't. She had no money for a funeral. Okay. She barely, unfortunately, could keep up with her own child because her child sneaks out. Okay. So it is difficult, but it is something that you have to at least attempt to start. Okay. We have no excuse for not planning for death because you know that you will die. We were all born. So if you are living, there is a strong chance you will not forever. Okay. So if y'all need that spreadsheet, please get it from me and send it to y'all friends. Y'all know we don't gatekeep over here. We share. We give out information because not everybody smart enough. Not everybody has comprehension skills. And some people don't want to, but we're gonna put it in their face and make them. Hey, Miss Aura. Miss Aura say hey to everybody. All right. So let me keep on. So that was a very, very, very big thing. Okay. That's been going on. Let me keep going. Um, Now I do appreciate y'all staying in touch with me after the lives and everything. And I'm not gonna say her name, but I did get an email today. Someone got their letter. Now they don't listen to me about over a year ago about discharging their student loans, and she sent me a copy of the letter saying her loans was discharged. So if anybody else got their loans discharged, congratulations. Y'all know I'm never gonna stop talking about these student loans. I at least got at least almost a good another 7, 8 months. Well, no, a year and a half. And the reason why I'm going to keep bringing them up is because if these loans don't get discharged, some of y'all are going to be looking crazy because you're going to be carrying on debts that you did not prepare for. I got another phone call. A woman has not been in school for 30 years. And she just found out because she did not know that she signed a promissory note for student loans. And now they are wanting her to pay. Something I want y'all to pay attention to is because this country is in such financial ruin, is they are going to, they as in the banks, the government, if you owe and you thought they forgot, they did back then, but they are not now. They are searching, digging, looking for every penny, nickel, dime that they can. And if you owe, they are going to come at you. If you didn't pay them credit cards and you got charged off debts and they didn't bother you before, if your statute or limitations is not up in your state, please expect to possibly get served um, with a civil lawsuit. Okay, these companies are not playing with people. All right, y'all see the Red Lobster can't even stay around, and Red Lobster been around forever. Bed Bath and Beyond. Like, I can name all these stores, places that some of these places that we grew up with. They're not even around right now. Why? Because things are tight. All right. So let me see if y'all asking anything really quick. Thank you. If y'all want that spreadsheet, send me a message, shamikasaves.com, and I definitely will send it to you. I definitely want y'all to get your hands on it. Okay. Hold on. Let's see. Let me keep going. Okay, so we got to, okay. So I also told y'all last week that y'all have until June 30th. That is next week. If you have not consolidated your student loans, please consolidate your loans. Okay. I know some of y'all may not necessarily understand why you need to, but if you do not consolidate and these are federal loans, not your private loans. These are just federal loans I'm talking about. If you want to be enrolled in the student loan program, the income driven repayment, or if you want to be on that SAVE program, you have until June 30th. You have to consolidate your loans to get any assistance with basically discharging your loans, lowering your payments, cutting your payments in half, however you want to do it. You're going to have to consolidate. That is a requirement. And this is the part that's crazy. Thank you, Sister Flame. Sister Flame says, I am the truth. Thank you. If you do not consolidate your loans, y'all are going to be hurting. Okay. So please let somebody know that they need to do that. This is 1 week away. And y'all see how they're not talking about none of that on the news. And you know why they're not going to talk about it on the news? Because once you miss the opportunity to consolidate your loans, guess what? You don't qualify for any of those programs because that's the number one thing you need to do. So what I'm going to do is, while I'm looking for my next thing, I want to see how many of you have loans and have consolidated them. If you did not, get on it tomorrow. It is very easy. You just go to the website and you request to consolidate them. They will do all of that in the background. You don't have to do anything else, but you got 1 week left. And if you don't, You don't get any income driven repayments. You don't get your payments cut based off of your income. So many things you're going to miss out. And your student loan company cannot do it for you. You have to go through the government. Okay, you can go right to studentaid.gov and consolidate those. June 30th is your very last day. So please tell somebody to tell somebody so that you can do it. If you need that link, I'll send it to you. Okay, but I definitely want y'all to be able to do that. Let's see. What did you say? There's a place to get the correct spelling. What are you talking about? You're welcome, C note. What are you talking about, Hazel, to get the correct spelling? I'm lost. I apologize. Hey Mo, how are you? Thank you, Hit Drama. It says okay. Don Dada say he was able to get his forgiven. I'm very happy to see you guys are getting your loans forgiven. I want y'all to know that getting your loans forgiven does not have anything to do with consolidating your loans. The purpose of consolidating your loans are for the individuals whose schools are not on the list. If your school is not shut down, didn't lose its accreditation, if it's not on that Sweet versus Cardona lawsuit list, those schools automatically, they say, automatically get discharged. You still need to do the form to request your discharge. But if your school is not eligible for that, then whoever y'all looking, y'all need to consolidate those loans. I'm going to tell you right now, there is so much drama going on in the world. I mean, it is just very, very distracting. But that is why we come here every Monday, so we can get our head on right, so that we can focus and move these weeds out of the way that are here to distract us, so that we can focus on the tree, not the damn forest. Because this is why some of y'all gonna get lost. Okay, now I'm saying this today on June 23rd. I think that's what today is. I can promise you, July 23rd, some of y'all gonna be like, but I didn't know. I didn't know to consolidate. Please consolidate those loans, because if you don't, that's it. Okay, they opened the window's closing. And remember, your student loan payments are resuming in October, July, August, September. You got 3 more dang on months, and you will have to start paying those student loans. All right. So pretty important. Okay. Let me move on. And again, if y'all got questions, please drop them. This is for anybody that's in Florida. I just wanted y'all to let you guys know 2 things. If you live in Florida and you are a disabled veteran, they are giving you free hunting and fishing licenses. Okay. Great. Thank you, DeSantis. I don't know how much that matters to some of y'all. I mean, they don't cost that much anyway. It used to only be free to anyone who is 100% disabled. Some other states have different percentage requirements, but in Florida, all you have to do is be disabled and you can go and get them. Okay. You can do that very easy by going down to, where did I go? I think I went right to the DMV and I requested it. Okay. And they printed out something and my name was on the list. And I don't even hunt or fish. But if it's free and it's for me to get, y'all know me, I'm going to do it. Okay. Another thing that's happening in Florida. Now, these are, y'all know, bills passed July 1st. Okay. So I don't like to talk about bills or any of these new laws or anything unless they're coming, in effect for real, not just talking about it. But July 1st is when a lot of your states are going to pass new laws. And I bet y'all don't even know 5 of them. You probably don't even know 2, because there's no way legislators are going to work all year and not do nothing. Okay. I told y'all that if you're in Tennessee, if you harm a child sexually, they're giving you life in prison. I told y'all in Michigan that if you call someone who's trans out of their pronoun intentionally, it's a $10,000 fine. And they're trying to charge you with a felony. Okay. Y'all also know we talked about the selective service, where men 18 to 25 have to register for selective service or they get a felony. And another thing that's happening, and this is happening in Florida, this all happens July 1st. If you are a veteran and you are not hospitalized. Say you want to go stay at the VA. There are a lot of veterans who are older. They can't take care of themselves. They go and live in the nursing home portion of the VA. Well, Florida is now allowing the veteran and their spouse to stay at the hospital. I think I told y'all this hell 4 months ago, but now it's actually been approved. Okay. So if y'all know someone, an elderly veteran, they need, nursing home services. And yes, they do have a state veteran centers where you can go and live. If you're a veteran and you need like the nursing home type of care, you can get that. Most time your spouse is old right along with you, so now they're going to allow you both to stay there. I think that's great. So if you know anybody in Florida, please let them know. Okay. All right, let me see what y'all saying. Send information or link to consolidate loans. Yes, Miss Loretta, I see these messages, but I promise you by the time I get off here, I'm not going to do it. So if you want me to send you the link, please just send me a message and then I will do it for you. Okay. Another thing that's happening in Florida, and this is pretty big, and y'all know I always tell y'all to pay attention to what one state is doing, because a lot of other states like to catch on and do the same thing. Okay. So what they're also starting to do, starting July 1st in Florida, if you receive food stamps, now if y'all ain't tagging nobody for this, you're crazy. Okay. So if you receive food stamps, SNAP, EBT, whatever you want to call it, they are now expanding what you have to do in order to receive them or to maintain them. So you now have to now take a they want you to participate in like 40 hours a week doing something. Okay. Before you didn't have to do that. Okay. That's what it is. They have an employment and training program that they're now going to require anyone who doesn't have very young children at home. There are going to be some people that you have situations with your children, you're not going to be able to do it. But for the majority, for everybody else, if that's you, and this is the part that's crazy. There are going to be elderly people now that they're going to require this for, which doesn't make any sense at all. So y'all need to start paying attention to these things because it could happen in your state. Okay. But they're now going to make you do 40 hours a week in order to get those food stamps. Okay. And that's for everybody unless you get an exemption. And you only get that under certain circumstances. And that's usually people with very small children that cannot put their child in daycare. Well, most people who are on assistance, they are also getting assistance for daycare. So it looks like they are going to gently push all y'all out and off of the system by putting in these type of requirements that they know if you keep going to a damn job program, eventually somebody gonna give you a job. And you get that job, you won't need food stamps because you won't qualify. Okay. So tell a friend to tell a friend that when to pay attention, because I'm sure they're gonna be sending you something in the mail, letting you know that this is now what you have to do to maintain your food stamps. And if you don't do it, they give you 3 chances. Okay. But the last chance, your last chance, your third strike, if you don't do it, you will not be able to get food stamps for 6 months, even when you meet the requirement. They are making you wait so that you don't miss doing your 40 hours a week. I read the bill the other day and I was like, this is crazy. Okay. So yeah. And I know a lot of people that get food stamps, okay, that are on EBT, they're on the system, the whole nine, but they're pushing you guys away from that. They want you off of assistance and they're gonna make it a lot more difficult. All right. Let me see. Okay. All right. So this just popped up in my feed because I'd like to take pictures of everything. And this is just going back to the student loans. I want y'all to know why y'all need to consolidate. Is because this is probably the main reason. If you consolidate, of course you get your forbearance, but what they are doing is they are reducing your payments. They used to take 10% of your income so that you can make payments to your student loans. But if you are on the SAVE program, they go down to 5%. Okay. So basically, y'all not going to have to pay these people barely nothing unless y'all are exempt and y'all have to pay zero. If you have zero because you got too many people in your household, your income's not a lot, great. But if you're somebody that you make decent income, you want to consolidate these loans because you don't need 5% of your income being, basically tasked to pay for your student loan versus 10%. All right. It don't sound like much, But let your church tell you you can tithe them 5% versus 10%, and y'all definitely will be giving way more money to the church. Hey, Darnell. Hey, that's right, slavery to the highest. I mean, we haven't even gotten to the rest of the good stuff. Miss Ora says, Miss Shamika, it may sound bad, but I think it's a great idea. Some people do not deserve to be on food stamps. I agree, and there are people who definitely ride the system. This is my thing, and I'm just gonna say it like this: if you look at statistics, the majority of individuals who are on public assistance don't look like me. Okay. But also these are the same people that vote. So, y'all may think that it's targeted towards African Americans or Hispanics, Black and brown people. It's everybody, but I just want you to know who it's really going to affect. Okay. It's going to affect a lot more of them than it is us. But it's us who don't listen. We ain't reading. We're not paying attention. And then we are going to be the ones that lose the right to take advantage of the benefit. Okay. Y'all know I'm a big proponent. If the government going to give it to you, take it. Okay. But if you're going to take it, you need to take it and follow the rules so that you can continue to receive it. There's no sense of getting food stamps and then you blow it because you ain't paying it. You're not following the rules. Okay. So, I don't care who you tell. You could tell an orange person, a purple person. Just let them know if you're getting food stamps, you will now have to do a 40-hour week job training requirement. Okay. Because they are definitely trying to push you off food stamps in the state of Florida. All right. And y'all should be able to see that because y'all see DeSantis don't even be wanting to take money from the government at in the summer break. Okay. He done. All right. Okay. Let me move on. Okay. Hold on. Y'all know I just be snapping photos a lot and then I come back to it when I do the live. And if y'all got a question, I want y'all to make sure y'all ask so that we can go over it. Oh, yeah, that's a good one too. All right, let me see what y'all saying over here. It says learn how to create a bill of exchange. Okay. Sister Flame, I would love for you to expound on that so that I can tell these to everybody else who is listening. When you say a bill of exchange, what do you mean exactly? Okay. Or it says some people need to go to work and stop depending on the system. You're exactly right. There are a lot of people that depend on the system. But remember what I said, Miss Ora? See, the news, the media will make you think that it's Black and brown people who are on the system more than anybody else, but that is not facts at all. It is actually the other way around. So imagine going in their neighborhood and telling them to get off the system and get a job. They're going to try to run you out of town, okay? Because they don't want to hear it. Definitely don't want to hear it, all right? But like I said, those are the people that's going to vote. Those are the people that's going to do what they need to do so they can keep getting that money. I just hope that you guys do the same doggone thing, all right? So that you can get what you need as well. There are codes to get foodstuffs with any income. Okay, Sister Flame, you gotta let me know what you're talking about. You said bring you on the live. I ain't bring you on I will bring you on the live after we talk because I don't know who some of y'all be. Okay, I don't like to bring people on the live because one thing I ain't gonna do is I don't want y'all to come out here and give bad information to somebody and then I have to spend the whole life undoing what you said. Okay. Me, I can stand behind what I say. I just cannot do that with anybody else. So if you want to come on the live, we're going to need to talk first. All right. All right. So let me tell y'all something that I saw. And this goes back to credit because, we be talking about credit all the time. Somebody had put this on Twitter and says, I paid off my entire credit card balance last week. I just got a notification that my score dropped 17 points because of it. Now, don't I tell y'all every week, never pay anything all the way to zero? You just don't because there is no benefit or reward to do so because of the way the credit scoring system is. Now, some of y'all probably like, damn, forget credit. My credit is so messed up. But for those that do pay attention, and even for those who do have messed up credit, you still need to understand how the scoring part works. All right. I don't care if you have 17 credit cards. Even if you kept one under $50 balance, it is better than having it at a zero. You are not making the bank any money when you have no balance on your credit card, and they do not like that. And the proof is in the pudding. Pay your car off, and y'all come back and tell me what your score is going to do because it ain't going to go up. Okay. This person pissed because he thought he was doing the right thing, only to find out he did not get rewarded. He was actually punished for paying off a credit card. But if he would have listened to your girl, I would have told him, never pay it off. Keep it $50 or less. Pay, I don't care if your minimum payment is $3. Pay that versus paying it off so that you are not punished and getting your, because 17 points may not seem like a lot, but it is when you don't want to open up no more credit cards. Okay. Where are you gonna get them 17 points from? All right. That's what we have to think about. All right. Let me see if y'all saying anything really quick. Y'all know I don't like to pass. Okay. And now y'all know if y'all cross talking here in the comments, let it know so that everybody else can know. Okay. So for those that do not know, what they talk about is getting their loans dismissed. It looks like y'all talking about nonprofit organizations. The it sounds like you are talking about the public servants loan forgiveness program. If you are a public servant, one, you need to go and verify what that means. Okay. Most public servants are going to be first responders and military, even some people in the hospital. It depends, right? Because during COVID, first responders was way more broader than what the federal government says. All right. So you want to make sure that you qualify as a first responder. And then if you have been making your student loan payments for over 10 years, even if your payments have been $0, if you've been on the $0 plan for 10 years, all you need to do is get a form. It's just a little public service loan forgiveness form, and you get one for every year that you were making these payments or making your $0 requirement. You sign it, you get the HR person to sign it, and you put that nice together in a nice little package and send it on to the government so that they can see that, hey, I've been making my payments. I've also been a public servant while I've been making my payments for these last 10 years, and I would like my loans forgiven. That is another way. Some people got denied when Trump was in office because he did not want to give you guys forgiveness. Joe Biden said, well, I want you guys to resubmit your documents and let's see if we can't get them forgiven. Okay. So there are other ways that you could get these loans forgiven. Public service loan forgiveness is not that popular. Unfortunately, it's not that popular. A lot of people don't know about it, but please make sure you do that. But nonprofits do qualify under the public. They qualify as public servant because it's a nonprofit. Nonprofit is usually backed strongly by the government. So if you work for a nonprofit, you also can do the same. Some people didn't even know. Now, listen to this. A hospital is considered a nonprofit. So if you work at a hospital, you need to go and look into the public service loan forgiveness program. Okay. Some of y'all work for organizations that are nonprofits and don't even know it. Okay. Libraries. If you work at a library, it's a nonprofit. You qualify for the public service loan forgiveness program. So some of y'all need to dig a little deeper, because when y'all call me and talk about these loans, one of the first things I'm asking is what you do. Well, where did you work? Because you may be able to qualify for all of those things. Okay. Bill Exchange said all of that. Yeah, we're gonna talk about settleless debt. It says look up public servant or subject in the office. Yes. Thank you. So Sister Flame is right. There are a lot of people that are considered public servants, and some of y'all thinking that y'all not, and you are. Okay. I do got a TikTok video on it. Okay. It's a long, long list. Okay. It's a lot of y'all who think if you work for Red Cross, you work for Big Brothers, Big Sister program, any of these things, especially a lot of y'all who are in the nursing field, because a lot of that is non-profit work. Okay. Miss Ora says, I'm going to do this tomorrow. I've been working for 21 years and 10 years for my payment next month. Okay, Miss Ora, if you have been working in public, that's right. You work in public, so you work for the government. If you work for the government, your city government, your federal government, your state government, whatever you want to call it, you are a public servant. If your job is to deal with the public, you are a public servant. You work at the DMV, you're a public servant. Your loans should be forgiven. But how many people are not applying for it? A lot. Okay. A lot of people are not. So please make sure that you are verifying what you do to make sure that you qualify. Okay. Because these loans coming back. All right. And not to mention, I just went and bought orange juice and it was $8. So inflation has made everything go up. So I need my bills to be as low as they possibly can so that I can still live the life I'm accustomed to and pay my bills. And I know that's what y'all want as well. Okay. User says mine went up when I paid on, but see, that's the difference. User. So user said mine went up when I paid all my cards off. All is the keyword. Okay. If you pay all your debts off, of course it's going to go up because there's nothing to counterbalance it. It's going to naturally do that. There's no reason for it to go down. But this person paid one. A lot of y'all are not able to pay all your bills off. Okay. If I got 5 credit cards and I'm only able to pay off one, and then I pay it off to 0, my score is going to go down. It is. But if I pay all 5 off, it's going to go up. It is how the scores are manipulated. This is why I tell y'all, don't be tripping about y'all credit scores. You need to be more concerned about the content of your credit. That is more important than your score. Some of y'all be way twisted, but see, that's done on purpose. That's exactly what they do. These banks keep y'all more focused on your credit score more than the content of your credit. So here y'all all walking around here with 650s, 700s, but you still got 3 charged off credit cards on your credit report, and you're wondering why you can't get nothing. Well, that's why. Or you're wondering why your interest rates are high. They are going to keep these kind of secrets from you on purpose so that you are set up to fail. And if you have not recognized or realized that yet, then I feel sorry for you. Okay, because you are gonna be real hurt when you find out that these people are not your friends. Okay, the government nor the bank. Now I do love my Uncle Sam, but I know if I don't do what he tell me to do, I'm gonna have to pay the consequences. So I try to do my best to abide. All right, but he ain't educating me. He put it in the books and told me I got to educate myself. And that is what I'm trying to do with you guys. Give y'all some information so that you can educate yourselves, at least to start. Okay. Sister Flame, you saying a whole lot. Okay. You're gonna have to make some long sentences so I can read it all at once. It says by $0, does that mean on forbearance also? You can so forbearance can count towards payoff, depending on the program. See, these are good questions. And thank you for asking that, J. Doug Love Life. So there's 2 zeros. There's 0. I don't have to make any payment because my income and how many dependents I have qualify me not to make any payments towards my student loans. Those payments are, that $0 requirement is looked at the same as if I paid $100 a month. And then there's the $0 payment because you're in forbearance. That is different. Some forbearance counts towards payoff, some does not. It depends on which program you're applying for. Okay, so y'all have to know the difference. You need to know, I'm on a forbearance 0, or am I, because of my income in my household, 0? You need to figure out which one. Okay, the one with the household and the income's low, that's the one that definitely still counts. Okay, you can be on that for 25 years, and in the end of 25 years, go to the government and say, I'm done, and they'll wipe out them loans because that was the requirement they told you had to meet. You don't have to pay nothing because your income ain't high enough. But if you are on forbearance, you may be in forbearance for 25 years, which you can't. Nobody will be. But if you did, then you think your loans are forgiven and come to find out, oh, shoot, I didn't, nothing happened. So them 25 years was a waste. Like the lady, well, she wasn't in forbearance, but just like the lady that I told you that called, she just found out 30 years that, hey, I have student loans out there that I didn't even know I had to pay. And she said, why are they coming at me now? I said, because the country is broke. So they are going to turn over tables, look under rug. Look, they're going to be doing everything to see, do you owe them anything? All right. So if you know you owe, please don't sit over here thinking you're going to hide and they're not going to find you, because they certainly are. Okay. All right. So J. Doug, I hope I answered your question. Okay. A church is absolutely a nonprofit. I say that to everybody. If you work at a church, I don't know why you ain't got your loans under the public service loan forgiveness. Absolutely. It's a nonprofit. There are more nonprofits out there than y'all know about. The first thing y'all need to do, if you are not sure, go to your HR and ask, hey, is this a nonprofit? Or you could just look it up. You could look it up with your Secretary of State to see if it's filed as a nonprofit organization. If it is, baby, you need to turn in them forms so that you can get them loans taken care of. Okay. You know what, Sister Flame, you saying too much stuff here on this live. I ain't finna read them out loud. You want to talk to me? You got to go in that inbox. Okay. Somebody says, am I trans? No, baby, these is all real. This cat is real. Okay. No trans. All right. And y'all know I don't care about the trolls, because baby, I'm with all the shits, okay? So you can come on and ask more questions too. That's fine. I told y'all to ask questions. Please do so. Okay. Pink Diva says, been there, gonna stay ready. You need something to report. I'm trying to tell you, you definitely need something to report. That's what I want y'all to know. When it comes to your credit, if they not reporting nothing, it's bad. Okay. Credit ain't the same as like the police. You don't want them to have nothing to report. Ooh, stay off the radar. But when it comes to your credit, they need to report something. $1, 50 cents, whatever. They need to report something so that it stays active. Inactive things on your credit do not look good, and they will be reflected in your credit score. Okay. All right. Let me see what else we got here. Oh, now this one was a good one. Now, y'all know we always talking about fraud, people going into your bank account, they stealing stuff. Now get this. As inflation gets worse, guys, crime will go up. It works hand in hand. Okay. When people can't work, they're being laid off, they can't afford things, but they see you riding around in your nice car and you have things, people jealous and they want what you got. People have been frauding from the beginning of the time. Now it will be, in my opinion, it's going to continue to get worse. And what they're going to start doing is attacking your finances. And you know why they're going to attack your finances? Because the bank says, we'll do an investigation, and if you win, we'll give you your money back. And the credit card company says, well, if you're a victim of fraud, we're going to give you your money back immediately. So why do people care about fraud and stealing money from you if the banks are going to turn around and give it right back? Okay. I'll give you an example. Somebody dropped a credit card once. Don't ask me how I know. Somebody dropped a credit card once, and because a person had a square on their phone, they were able to take that credit card they found, punch them numbers in, and charge this person. And they threw the card away. Now, most people don't even have to worry about a thing happening because all that person can say was, hey, I made a sale. Y'all know PayPal, Square, all those companies, they believe, they like to support you, the business owner, but it's hard to prove that the person didn't make a sale unless they have some way that they can prove it, that their card was stolen. Okay. But if you dropped your car and you didn't know you lost it, y'all know people leaving their wallets in Walmart and stuff like that. People can get your stuff, swipe, punch the number in, charge you, and go and throw that thing in the garbage. And then you just call your bank and hopefully they'll give you the money back. So people don't care about frauding you, not one bit. What they are doing is they're getting a hold of y'all damn checkbooks. Okay. If you are running out of checks, I would strongly suggest you have them checks mailed to your bank and just go and pick them up, unless you have a mailbox with a key. If you don't have a mailbox with a key, you need to be concerned because it doesn't take nothing for somebody to go through and just go in your mailbox. I know it sounds crazy. Very easy. I go for walks all the time and I can easily just pull somebody's thing, stick my hand and get their mail and keep on walking. They wouldn't even see it coming. And how many Ring cameras, because most of y'all have the cameras, the Ring cameras usually don't even reach out to show the damn mailbox. And a lot of times it doesn't, it just usually covers your front yard and your garage. So the reason I'm bringing this up is because a man and his wife wrote a check for $84. You know what that check was turned into after somebody stole it? It was turned into $43,500. It's very easy to erase what you put on a check. I told y'all, Q-tip, peroxide, clean it, wipe it. It's gone. It's the way the check is made. Okay, it's the ink. It doesn't absorb enough. It comes right off. So this couple, they bank with Wells Fargo, and y'all know Wells Fargo is one of the biggest thieves out there. Okay, but they didn't check their bank account often. And y'all know we talk about that too. I told y'all if you don't do nothing else, get mint.com, mint.com, so that you are able to just look at a roll up of your expenses and your expenses and income. These people didn't catch it until after 30 days. Once they caught it, they told Wells Fargo that, hey, my check's stolen. And the only reason they found out that the check was stolen was because the bill that they paid the $84 to, the people called and said, we never got paid. And the man said, I paid y'all. How many of y'all write checks and go and check to see if the check is cashed? Not too many of you, okay? Because you expect the system to do what the system's supposed to do. Well, these people complained to Wells Fargo after 30 days that, hey, my check was stolen and we didn't write this check for $43,000, okay? You know what Wells Fargo told them? Because you didn't tell us within 30 days, we can't help you. Now, every bank has that same policy. Once something hits your account and you don't agree, you have 30 days. 30. This is not a credit card. We're talking about banks. You have 30 days to report it. If you do not, the bank doesn't have to do anything. So unfortunately, these people are probably going to have to go to the news. Thank you, Pink Diva. She says, I always give some good information. I appreciate that. These people are probably going to have to go to the news now to get the news to help them get Wells Fargo's attention to get their money back. Can you imagine you wrote a check for $80 and somebody ended up redoing your check and getting $43,000? And the crazy part is you're probably wondering, well, how did they even know how much money they had? A lot of times you don't have to know. A lot of times you could just write that check and you wish on a star, unless they have a way of gaining access to your login or something like that. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't know how these people knew. They probably guessed because it's probably some older people, and older people usually put their money in one account, maybe one or two accounts. Y'all know I told you, no, I don't never have all the money go to one account, several bank accounts, because if you happen to piss off one bank, you don't want them to steal your money that you got from another deposit. So if you got three sources of income, baby, that's three bank accounts. It might be a little frustrating, but you need to make sure you're securing your money, because if one bank closes or something happens, I need to be able to have access to the rest of my money. Y'all saw this at COVID time. People couldn't even withdraw cash unless you called the bank ahead of time to let them know you were coming to do it. And if you didn't, there was no money for you to get out. I'm not trying to say these things to scare y'all, but these are things just to put in the back of your mind that you may need to do to prepare. Y'all know that's what I like. Okay. You prepare, because if you do not prepare, you are going to have to deal with whatever they throw at you. So the bank is not going to give these people their money back. There will be no investigation. Their money is gone. And I don't want that to happen to y'all, because I can tell you right now, if somebody took 40-some thousand dollars out of my account, baby, them knees are weak. I can't move. I can't eat. My stomach gonna hurt. Y'all know some of us, we can't even take a couple $100 missing, let alone 40,000. Okay. Willie Mae says, okay, hold on. Let me go back. Okay. Came late today. What's the headline? Hey, Trigger, we just talk about general stuff. Y'all know we're going over just some of everything. I'll try to do a recap at the end, but right now we're talking about fraudulent bank accounts, people taking y'all checks and stealing them and rewriting the numbers on them. The reason, and a lot of these stories are similar that I talk about, but the reason I'm bringing it up this time is because now we're talking about it from a different side. We're talking about it from the angle of the bank. The bank is saying, we ain't paying y'all this money back. We ain't doing no investigation, nothing. So if y'all are not checking your bank accounts, that is your own fault. And that's exactly what the bank is telling these people. Hey, it's not, you got a bank account, you got to log in. Why you not checking? Okay. And if y'all, and I try to make it easy for you. So if you don't want to log into your bank account all the time, go to mint.com. It's free. Link your accounts and let it show you all your transactions. Something will stick out. I promise. If it, you know what you spend. Okay. Especially if it's only you on that card, you know what you spend it. Okay. Probation officers are, well, you know what? Let me take that back. Probation officers do qualify for public servant because probation officers work for the state. So yes, probation officers are public servants. They're not nonprofit, but they are state government employees. All right. So yes, you do qualify for the public service loan forgiveness. I'm telling y'all now, I mean, Joe Biden ain't my favorite. Trump ain't my favorite neither, but at least the Biden administration is allowing you guys to get rid of these damn student loans. And they know why they're doing it, because we are going into a financial demise and some of y'all going to be hurting real bad. And last year I told you, now they're letting y'all put the student loans in bankruptcy. Now they've always been doing that, but now it's more prevalent. Why y'all think they doing that? Because somebody rich who's probably a medical doctor or something like that who's doing real well, they want to make sure that they help their friends. They want to help their friends. So I want to help my friends. So I want y'all, if you know your income ain't enough, you got too many responsibilities, you're not gonna be able to pay these loans, you might want to consider bankruptcy. Y'all know I'm never gonna not tell y'all to do that. Okay. All right. Willie Mae Montgomery says, is it good to pay off credit cards? Depends. If you got one credit card and you got nothing else, no, because your score is going to go down. If you got several credit cards and they have balances on them and you just want to pay off one, that's okay because you have other cards that have balances on them. Your score won't be affected, probably hardly at all. Now, if your goal is to pay all your debts off, I don't agree with you doing that simply because of what it affects your credit score. And most time, whenever we want to buy stuff, they're not asking you how much money you have in the bank. They want to know what is your credit score. So I like to give y'all a practical answers based off of what's going to really happen when you walk outside your house. And what's going to happen when you walk outside your house is they're going to say, what's your credit score? And it's great that you paid off your credit cards, but why would I want to give you any money when you ain't even spending the one they gave you? The whole point of having a credit card is to use somebody else's money. And if you ain't using it, who the hell gonna give you more money? They don't want to. They do not. The majority of the people that I see have a lot of credit cards are people who actually use them. There's a man right now, he has $300,000 worth of credit cards. I can promise you at least 10%, 30,000 is in debt. He ain't got all zeros because nobody will keep giving him more credit when he ain't using it. Okay. So y'all have to understand how that game works. All right. That's exactly how it works. All right. You gotta use it. No different if y'all was going in the store. The only way stores give y'all discounts or reward you for coming in there all the time is because you spend money with them. Okay. Somebody just will put in a group that they love going on free cruises. And I looked at the free cruise that they were the thing that they posted. And the reason why they got a free cruise is because they spend buku money in the casino. So it ain't free. You just prepaying for a new cruise because you put all that money in the slot machine. So you see, they reward you when you spend. But you guys have to be strategic and smart enough to know that I ain't gonna be wasting my money on BS. But I will spend my money on these credit cards because I want more credit cards so I can have access to more cash to do things that I want to do. But these should be things that are going to bring you in money. Somebody called me today and said, I'm thinking about getting an RV, but then I'm also thinking about getting a 18-wheeler truck. And I said, well, an RV don't make any sense because you ain't going to make no money off no RV, especially when you don't have anywhere to live. I'd rather you get that truck and live in your truck and know that you can make money from that 18-wheeler because the RV ain't going to get you nothing. It's a debt that you have that don't give you nothing in return. Not saying that don't go out there and get an RV if y'all need somewhere to live. But when we spend our money, we got to start thinking of, is there a way I can make money? Just like when y'all go out and y'all buy these cars. If y'all ain't trying to get pickup trucks, I don't know what y'all thinking about. Now, I know they could be a tad expensive, but you know why they charge so much for a pickup truck? Is because the banks, they know pickup trucks are work vehicles. As long as a person has a pickup truck, it's a possible chance you can use it to make money, whether that's transporting something, pulling something, carrying something, moving somebody's furniture, hauling a bunch of people around, whatever it is, you can hustle with a pickup truck. You can't hustle with a hatchback. You can't hustle with a four-door. Now, you might be able to with like Uber and DoorDash, but 9 times out of 10, trucks in the long run gonna make more money than Ubering and DoorDashing. Okay. So even when y'all spend money, you at least have to start thinking ahead, like, damn, can I make any money off of this if times go bad? These are the thoughts y'all need to start having because times ain't like they used to be. And they're going to get worse. Okay. All right, student loans are a line of credit for them, not you. I agree. Now, Sister Flame y'all know I love student loans. I talk about student loans a lot. Student loans, although you got to pay them back. If you're smart, a student loan could be a great way to line your pocket with money to do whatever that goal or dream is. Hopefully it's something that's going to be successful so that you can actually make money. But I like student loans and financial aid. And you know why? Because they're giving me some money that I can use right now that hopefully I can find a great idea that I can make more money off it right now so I can pay them back later. Because student loans gonna be around forever, y'all. They're not going nowhere. And as long as student loans are around, they're always gonna have a way that you can do a forbearance, some type of payment plan, or whatever. So I love payment plans. If I ain't got to pay them all right now, great. Same with the IRS. Y'all owe them. I had a man call me today. Now y'all know I do elderly customers too. I had a 91-year-old man call me today. And he said, well, they finally got me. And I said, what happened? He said, they sent me a letter saying I got to pay. And I said, okay, I told you. And he said, well, what should I do? I said, you want to pay them all in full? He said, hell no. I said, all right then. $50 them a month to death. You're old. You get Social Security. You ain't paying no taxes. Your debt will go up every year, but not to be funny, but one day you're going to pass. And I'd rather you passing with that debt because they're not going to transfer that to your kids. That's your debt. They're not going to transfer your IRS debt to your loved ones. It's not. Okay. Now, I'm not telling y'all not to pay your taxes, but I am telling you to be smart. I will $50 them to death with a payment plan before I go and cut a check for $4,000, $5,000, $7,000. Okay. And if my credit's bad and I know I'm never going to be able to get out of debt, I'm throwing them in bankruptcy. All right. So let me see what y'all saying real quick because it's 8 o'clock. I can't even believe it. Raquel says, I can see that now. My credits just dropped 71 points because I paid off Capital One. I'm telling y'all, do not pay off your bills. I am going to be the most non-traditional person that's going to talk about finances because I'm talking about it from a person who's been in middle, low, pole, up there, down, all over the place. So I see exactly what the system is designed to do. You got people like Dave Ramsey, and you got all these financial gurus. They're going to tell you to pay off your debts, to pay off your debts. They want you to pay off your debts so you're not stressed out financially. But what they're not telling you is you're going to then be stressed. You're going to be cool, not stressed out financially, but you're going to be mad because you can't get nothing because your credit is bad. So stop rushing to pay these things off. Congratulations, Raquel, for paying off your Capital One. But you see, they do not reward you when you do the right thing. So that tells you it's not the right thing. The right thing is to keep a balance, a small balance, but keep a balance. Nobody ain't gonna give you money if you ain't spending it. Okay. Letitia says, so you have a credit report and a medical report. How do I get my medical report? Good question. If you want your medical report, you would have to get and when she says medical report, so just so you guys can know, your medical report is really just going to be a list of your prescriptions. And it may list some things like maybe where you're in the hospital. You can get that from your LexisNexis. LexisNexis has it, but they do have a prescription report where it shows you the type of prescriptions you get. Okay. Now, I know this because y'all know I'm around a whole bunch of types. I'm with all the walks of life. Okay. I know people who hold on a second. TikTok always trying to do something after an hour. I know people who pretend they are hurt. They sell Percocets. Y'all know, y'all people sell perks. Look, I can talk about these things, okay? Because I talk to everybody, rich folks, poor folks, whatever. And what they don't know is every time y'all go into these back doctors or these pain clinics to get these meds, that stuff is going in your medical report. So then when you go and try to get something for real, they may say, well, we can't give it to you because you've been taking these medicines, whether you've been taking them or not. There is always a report for everything. And they do have a prescription report. And if y'all want to just look at your whole life, go and get your LexisNexis report so you can see what it's been saying about your whole life. Okay. Sean Smith says, forgiveness program for the public. How does it affect Navient? If you get public service loan forgiveness, they will discharge your loans and they will let your student loan servicers know that your loans have been discharged, no different than anything else. So it doesn't matter who your student loan servicer is. If you qualify for forgiveness from the federal government, it is forgiven. You know why? Because the money didn't come from Navient. The money came from the federal government. That's top tier. Everybody else just work for them. Okay. So if you get your loans forgiven, they will go away. They're going to get notified. And if they ain't notified, you send them the letter, letting them know that you were approved, take my loans, and then they'll handle the rest in the background. All right. That's right, Letitia. The bank is not our friend anyway. They are not. And the sooner people realize that, the better off we will be. Anybody that their job is to make money off of you is not your friend. They are pimp. Period. No different than a pimp and a hoe. That's what the banks are. That's what these programs are. They cannot survive unless they making money off of you. So if they're making money off of you, their best interest ain't you, it's them. And if you were in business, you would think the same way. Hey, Stride Boxer Podcast. He says, I just found out banks don't keep a lot of cash in the vault. They do not. I wanted 15K one, and I had to pre-order the cash 3 business days. Banks do not. And that's another thing. That's why I don't understand why people rob banks. There's no money kept in the bank. When the money goes in the bank, their whole purpose is to reloan the money y'all deposit, because the more they reloan this money out, the more interest they're earning, which means the more money they're earning. Okay. It's a real thing. Also, a lot of our deposits go to a central bank. So the money doesn't even stay in the bank. The bank only has to keep a certain amount in cash. So anytime you want to go and get money, large amounts out, anything over, I'd probably say anything $5,000 or more. If you got a smaller bank, it might be anything over $2,500. You need to let them know you're coming to get it, because they have to go and take that money from the central bank and put it in their bank so that they have it available for you. Because if not, you definitely gonna get turned away. Okay, so please don't think that you just gonna go there and you just gonna cash out and take all your money out. That's why no matter how bad the economy is, we all can't go to the bank and pull our money out. Somebody gonna be stuck with zero. Somebody who went in there first got the money, but somebody gonna be stuck not getting nothing. So you guys need to make sure. That's why I tell you, you need money in different bank accounts. Stop putting all y'all money in one account, because if something happens, somebody frauds you and they steal your money, you are asked out. And that's the worst way to be, unless you're in Miami on the beach in a thong. But other than that, I don't want to be asked out. Okay. So put your money in separate bank accounts. Okay. Hey, K3, how are you? Letitia says, Expedition is my side gig, but the gas is paid. Good. Thank you. There you go. You got an Expedition. You got a big vehicle. You can move furniture. You can make more money if you did Uber or Lyft, because you can fit more, just like premium. So sometimes having an SUV ain't always that bad, because you could do more than a person can in a car. And if you got a pickup truck, even better. Okay. But absolutely. So don't be feeling bad just because people make you think you're crazy. You got a big vehicle and you paying a lot of gas. As long as you can freak it and find a way to make money from that vehicle, you're going to be okay. It says, what happens to student loans when you pass? All right, hold on. Let me go back. Hold on. People are, let me go. Ooh, y'all here. Oh, okay. I love when y'all ask questions. Okay. You said the email not going through. Send it to my email, shamikasaves@gmail. If you're talking about my email. Okay. I don't know why. It says notary publics are considered public services. It's also qualified for forgiveness. Notary publics. That's the tricky one. And the reason why it's a tricky one is because when you're a notary public, you represent the state, but you're not getting paid by the state. Okay. Notary publics usually are just considered self-employed individuals. But this is also why I tell y'all to make sure you check with your state. You can call your Secretary of State. Okay. If you're in Florida, it's Tallahassee, wherever your capital is in your state, you need to call up there and say, hey, I'm a notary. Am I considered a government employee? I'm sure they're probably gonna say no, because you work for yourself. Okay. Basically, you got to look at who pay you. And the person that pay you is these title companies. That's not going to be considered a government employee. I could be wrong for some states, but the majority of them, I'm sure you're going to get no. Okay. It says, I work for the state when I first got my loan. Can I still apply? It was 7 years ago. Yes, you can. It doesn't matter if you are not at that job anymore, as long as you were in repayment when you had that job. That's it. Because the form that you have to fill out is on one page. It asks you to sign it and your HR person to sign to prove that you were an employee during that time you were in repayment. So it don't matter if you're not at that job anymore. This is why some of people were denied by the Trump administration, because they were like, well, that job was a long time ago. You ain't there no more. That don't matter. That's not what the rules say. The rules say as long as I'm in repayment and I work in a position that qualify, y'all have to count those years. Now, they may say, hey, we're not going to give you a discharge. You still got 3 more years to go. But at least you have an idea of how much longer time you have to pay these damn loans, because nobody don't want to keep them around forever. unless you're gonna be like me, a permanent student, okay? Because that's what my goal was. I was gonna be a permanent student. I was gonna be taking one class for the rest of my life because I wasn't paying Uncle Sam a dime. But that was me. That was my plan. Okay. Let's see. It says my daughter just graduated college. Should she consolidate her loans? Absolutely. You got a week left. She needs to consolidate those loans because today your daughter may be super happy and going, yes, I'm gonna be able to get all the jobs. But she may find out that she ain't gonna get not a one. Y'all remember, we still got AI technology out there. Okay, these people are slowly replacing y'all. That's why half of y'all is working from home because what they're doing is getting you comfortable at home so that when they lay your ass off, you already gonna be in the place you need to be. Okay, these things are very these are not coincidences. Okay, so yes, she should consolidate her loans because if she doesn't get a job that pays well, she can at least qualify to be on the income driven repayment and the SAVE program, which is the same thing. They just use the names interchangeably. So absolutely, everybody needs to consolidate their loans. And another reason you want to do it is because you don't want 18 different things on your credit report showing that you got all these disbursements. Consolidate them so it's one. All the other ones should close. And now you should have one new trade line with all your loans added up. So it helps you credit wise too. Okay. So absolutely. Good question, AJ. It says if you work for public health, you might qualify as well. Go to studentaid.gov. That's right. Thank you, B. Smith. I'm telling y'all, if y'all work in public health, because it's the public. That's what the program is. Public Servants Loan Forgiveness, PSLF program. And a lot of y'all, public service, yeah, PSLF. A lot of y'all not even doing that. So please make sure y'all do that. On top of the borrower's defense, if your school is on that list. It says people are really able to file bankruptcy for student loan debt. Yes, you can. Okay. This is why I like y'all to stay with me because y'all know I'm going to tell y'all. Y'all know bankruptcy is one of my favorite words. Okay. And I'm going to end with this. But yes, you can put your student loans into bankruptcy. You just have to be able to prove three things: that you have been able to make payments, that you will be able to make payments, but if you do, it's going to be a hardship, and that you do not see yourself making more money to be able to take on the amount of debt. Now, I'm going to tell you, if you're making $50,000 a year and you got $15,000 in loans, they're not going to do it. But if you're making $50,000 a year and you got $150,000 in loans, that's different. It's going to take you forever to pay those loans back. So they can do one or two things. They can lower your payment. They can do three things. They can lower your payment. They can forgive a certain amount and still let you pay the rest, or they can just dismiss all of it together. So some of y'all missing out by not even following the rules that the doggone man set up for you. And that man is good old Uncle Sam. Hey, Nicola. All right. Simple Living says, what about that it is. Thank you, Simple Living. I knew I was trying to think of the word. So if you want your medical credit report, I hate saying credit report because it's not a credit, but it's your medical history. That's what it is. It is the Medical Information Bureau. That is where it shows your prescriptions. It will not list all your hospital treatments. It's not supposed to do that because that's violation of HIPAA or whatever. But they do have lists of them prescriptions on there. Okay. But this is what's going to all these pharmacies when y'all going around different places. Okay. So sometimes y'all may find that y'all want to go get a surgery or something done, and they're gonna go, well, according to your history, you taking so and so. So y'all need to, this is why they don't like y'all to go and get medicine for your friends if they don't have insurance, because it could turn around and backfire and mess you up. You getting meds and for conditions you don't even have. And now the doctor got to run all these other tests because your medical report says that you've been getting these prescriptions for years. And yes, people get prescriptions for other people. Y'all know that. Okay. For the ladies, especially the doggone yeast infection, the diflucan or birth control. That seems to be the main thing. I see a lot of people going and get medicine for other people for those things. Okay. It says, what credit card are you talking about? A travel rewards. I wasn't talking about any credit card in specifically at all. I'm not against people using travel rewards, but my only issue with travel rewards is a lot of y'all don't even use them. A lot of y'all get credit cards that have points and don't even use them. An article came out in the New York Times that said that majority of you guys are letting your credit cards close, charged off. Y'all not paying them, and you're not even using the rewards that you spent. So I can tell you right now, before y'all decide not to pay your bills no more, see if y'all got points, and maybe you can turn those points into cash and get a check, or Go and use them as a reward. You ain't finna pay the credit card anyway. You at least can go and get yourself a lighter from the points that you done earned from charging up the card. Okay. So stop leaving those points on those cards, those rewards, just because y'all not gonna keep the card. You still earned that part. All right. That's right, J Doug. If you get picked up in a larger car, a nicer car, they charge you more. So if you guys have SUVs and pickup trucks and all that, and y'all need side gigs, Uber, UberX, they put you in them VIP vehicles and charge more. Yes, they do. Okay. Thank you, Simple Living Medical Insurance Bureau. I appreciate that. So if y'all need that information, I can give y'all the link to that. Nicola Wood says, "How do I send you the paperwork we discussed?" Nicola, text me because I don't want to ask you about what it is, and I want you saying your little personal business here. So send me a message, send me a text. Stride Boxer Podcast says, "I got my big settlement and the casino cashed the check, no issues. They have all the money on hand." Now that is very true. Let me tell y'all something real quick. Do y'all know people use casinos as a big tool when it comes to the fraud game? Because casinos do always have money on hand. People will go and take your stuff and go to, let me give you an example. That example I told y'all about finding a credit card on the ground. You could take that same credit card that you found on the ground, go into a casino and do a doggone cash advance. They ain't 9 times 10, they're not asking. How many of y'all do a cash advance from the ATM machine in the casino? Okay. So lots of people find ways to get their money out off of the card by going to a casino. Okay. Not saying that I'm for it. Okay. I really don't like casinos because no matter what you win, you got to report it. I'm a bigger fan of bingo because I can at least get $2,500 and don't have to report it. Okay. But if y'all, are hurting and your bank ain't giving you no money, you need to cash a check, y'all don't want to go to the corner store, then go on to the casino. They'll cash it for you too. They have absolutely no problem taking your money. Somebody else who is not your friend. Okay. Let me see. Will his estate be responsible for IRS debt? If you are married and you've been filing joint, yes. But if you are a parent and you die and you're not married, no. Your kids do not inherit your IRS debt. I've never seen that happen. I've never heard it, never read it. This is just one of those things. Unfortunately, you got to think ahead. Okay. So if you know you ain't paying, this person might be ill, whatever the case may be, you don't want to be married and trying to leave with debt because they're going to come after you. But once you die, that debt going to die too. Your family is not going to be responsible. Now, that isn't to say that they won't change these rules and try to make it, because let me tell you, they will change a rule, a law quick, because what I told y'all, the country's hurting. And so they definitely will try to come. Okay. All right. Let me see if I had anything else. I think. All right. All right. Let me see what y'all saying real quick. Oh, you say you live in Las Vegas. Oh, well, you live in Las Vegas. You definitely gonna always have money on hand. And you know what? Stride Box Podcast, send me a message. I'm coming out there. So I would love to meet you. Letitia says, what was the spreadsheet about? So real quick, I'm going to do my recap because it is after 8. So if y'all want to, I do have a free spreadsheet that I have no problem sending to you guys. Just send me a message on my website, shamikasaves.com, saying you want a spreadsheet. It is for your estate planning. If you are a type of person that you say, man, Shamika, I ain't that organized. I need some help. Have your kids help you. Go to all your places that you log in where your finances, put the website, put the login and the password. You can also put it asks for your bank accounts. It asks for your credit cards. It has a list of everything. It's a very, very thorough spreadsheet. Please do not be intimidated by it. Fill out as much as you can and leave it with someone that you trust. Or at least encrypt it, put a code or something so that it can stay on your computer, so that when you die, somebody has an idea of what they need to do. Okay. So that they can get into your account. They can get your money out. They can transfer, they can do whatever. So if you don't want to do the will, which, I'm not a big fan of the will, or you don't want to do trust, which I'm a big fan of a trust, you don't want to do that, at least do the spreadsheet. And I'm giving it to you for free. Okay. You don't have to do it all today. Do a little bit by little bit. It prompts you what to put in. You don't even have to think. Okay. Which most people don't want to do anyway. So it tells you exactly what you need to do. Okay. So if you want it, please get it. All right. The yellow butterflies, when did they start including student loans in bankruptcy? They've always included student loans in bankruptcy. I'm a bankruptcy petition preparer, and I can tell you right now that even when I do the paperwork for my customers, I have to list all their debts. So the student loans go into the bankruptcy anyway. Now, what you guys would be requesting would be, you would be asking the trustee in the court to you would basically, it's like an adverse, oh gosh, I don't want to get the word wrong, but basically you asked in the courts, hey, I am struggling, I need y'all to look at dismissing this too. Okay, if this is correct, I'm putting the student loans and the EIDL loans in it today. Sounds like I need to book a consult. Now, yes, yellow butterflies. Now, if y'all been watching me, I already had a video that I made 7-8 months ago telling y'all that if y'all can't pay for these EIDL loans and PPP loans, y'all need to put them in bankruptcy. And the reason why y'all need to put them in bankruptcy is because after you can't pay them on the business side, they coming after you as the person to get the money. So if I can't come after your business because your business ain't in operation no more, well, now I'm coming for you. And the only way to protect you is to file for bankruptcy, 7 or 13. Those are personal bankruptcies, not business bankruptcies. Okay. And I'm telling y'all, I know this from a personal experience. Okay. When you don't have the money to pay these folks, you don't just not pay them and think they're going to go away. You need to take the next step to make sure you cover. Okay. So if you got a business, your business sucking right now because the economy bad, more than likely, all of y'all got a personal guarantee on those debts, which means if you don't pay, it's going to show up on your personal credit report. And what can you do? Put it in bankruptcy so you can already let them know, baby, you don't even need to come after my company because I'm not going to be able to pay you on the business side or the personal side. So basically, you're wiping it out before they even get a chance to come after you. And I told you the IRS said, and SBA said, y'all don't pay us, we are going to send y'all information to a debt collector, and the debt collector is coming after you. So you will not get any federal payments if you don't pay these people. So what you need to do is get in front of it. Okay, yellow butterflies, get in front of it. And how you get in front of it is covering your assets. Okay, and bankruptcy does just that. Student loans been able to go in there. Now you can put your SBA loans. They don't tell you you can do it. Why would they tell you? Because then everybody would be getting $100,000 of loans and never repaying them. Okay, but they absolutely can go into a bankruptcy. Okay, don't let nobody tell you that they can't. Let me see. Learn the taxes forms, people. You're exactly right. That's one thing I think I want to do. I would love to do a live class with y'all with these forms as soon as I learn how to put the thing on the TV so I can show the screen, because I definitely want to explain these tax forms to y'all, because baby, they are gonna get you from not being educated on stuff. And y'all also know y'all can do a one-on-one with me. Okay. Strive Boxing Podcast, send me an email. Just go to shamikasaves.com and send me a message. Drop your number, I'll call you. Y'all need to, if y'all want to do one-on-one because you're like, girl, I don't care about these other people, I need to learn these forms for myself, do that. Y'all know we do tax classes every year if you want to learn to do taxes, or if you just want to learn how to read, we can, your tax forms, bring an old tax form from 23 and let's go over it so I can tell you what people been doing. I can explain to you from your check what you're not doing right, because it's going to be harder and harder to hide the money when y'all are not paying enough in taxes. They are uncovering everything. You are not going to be able to walk around here thinking you could do the same things you used to be able to do 5 years ago. It's just not happening. And then I'm going to leave with this and I'm going to go. Remember, Biden them changed that SBA, that EIDL from 7 years to 10 years now. So now they can look back 10 years. Baby, it hadn't even been 5 years since COVID. Okay. So we still got a long way to go. So what you want to do is clean up all your mess as much as possible so that you are out. So they're not looking at you. I know a lot of people who lied when they got their PPP, but then they had to turn around and fix them taxes because they didn't want to get in trouble, as you should. Cover your assets, okay? Cover it. Get in front of things. Stop waiting until you get a letter in the mail, or wait until you get a call, or waiting to find out you don't got served and sued. These are things we need to get in front of. So if you ain't paid that EIDL loan, I'm talking to you. Y'all need to holler at me. Let's talk, okay? I'll send you my video. Y'all need to learn what it is you need to do so that you don't have to pay it, because hell, y'all going to see soon, people not going to be able to afford much of nothing. And people are going to be running to bankruptcy like it's their long lost cousin. Bankruptcy filings are through the roof right now. And you know who's doing it first? All the people who are middle class and up. Y'all the ones who are gonna do it last because y'all thinking, well, it's not good. It's very good. Okay. Bed Bath and Beyond might have filed bankruptcy, but all the stores ain't closing. Red Lobster might be filing bankruptcy, but all the stores ain't closing. So please don't think because you file bankruptcy, it's the end of the world, because it's not. Some of y'all need that floating, y'all, some of y'all need that life vest. Yeah, some of y'all need that what's that round thing that floats in the water? The thing that the Coast Guard, y'all need those. Y'all need those floating devices to help y'all stay afloat because it is going to be tighter. All right. All right, let me see what you're saying. And then I'm gonna let y'all go. Thank you, Letitia. Skylar says, do you have to be registered to school in order to get your Pell Grant? Absolutely. You need to register in school. And I told y'all I got a free school and I got another school. It's not free, but it's very, very affordable. If y'all are just trying to go to school because y'all need a couple dollars in your pocket, which I'm not against. I did help that one couple be able to get married and go on a honeymoon with that Pell Grant and that financial aid check of $6,000. Okay, congratulations to them. All right, be smart. These are things that you can use anyway. So don't be ashamed because you're going to school because you need to borrow you need some money real quick. It's a quick hustle. Y'all will go out there and sell plasma. Y'all will do Uber and DoorDash to make some money real quick. Why can't you enroll in school? You're still getting a check. So yes, you need to be enrolled. And I hate to say this, but yes, you need to be somebody who has actually graduated high school. Okay. I can come up with a lot of things, but it's gonna be kind of difficult unless these people ain't paying attention to get you enrolled in school and you didn't graduate high school. So we're not gonna play that game. But we can get you a high school diploma too, though. Okay. Scholar says, can you just check with, can you get the check? No, you gotta be enrolled in school. Yellow Butterfly says, last question. If I have a house in a trust, can they take the house in bankruptcy? If the house is in a trust, then that belongs to, is it your house? So if it's your trust and if it's a bankruptcy, no, that doesn't mean they're going to take your house. The bankruptcy courts don't really want to take anything. The only people that they're taking is Alex Jones, the dude that kept saying that the was it Columbine? He said it was fake. They're making him sell his assets to pay back his creditors because he was sued and he lost. Okay. That is the only time that I've ever seen them force. Okay. If you have a home and you are considering filing bankruptcy, the first thing I tell everybody to do is you need to see how much equity is in your home so that you can find out if you qualify for a Chapter 7, which is a no asset bankruptcy. You just wipe out all your debt, or a 13, which is an asset bankruptcy. You don't wipe out all your debt, you pay it, but you're only paying the maximum 20% of the debt that you owe. Still better than not paying your stuff at all. So you got to find out how much equity you have. And see which chapter you qualify for. But bankruptcy is still good, even if it's a 13, because some of y'all are burdened with paying the full amount of your credit card bills every month. But when you get a bankruptcy, the only thing they're going to make you pay in full are the secured debts, your car, your house, your motorcycle, the things you want to keep. And then Discover and Capital One and Credit One and First Premier and all, and Milestone, all of them, they get $10, $5, $7 monthly, the bare minimum. Okay, so I'd rather go and get 100% use of the money they're gonna give me, and when I'm struggling, I don't mind giving them 10-20% effort to pay it back, because I'm not paying them more than that. Not because I want to, that's just what the law say. So when you throw that in their face, they can't argue too much. Okay, so I'm not so I am a big proponent of bankruptcy because a lot of us just need it, whether you want to admit it or not. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna see if y'all say anything here on TikTok. I sure hate to keep y'all long, but hey, the deadline for your student loans to enroll them is June 30th. That is next week. Please tell somebody to tell somebody. If y'all got kids, consolidate those loans. If you got loans, parents, uncles, aunties, consolidate those loans. You need to, because in the event you want to get on a program later, that's the first thing they're going to ask you. Did you consolidate? And as soon as you say no, if it's not open, if it's not a period for you to be able to do it, they won't let you. Now, consolidation used to be open all the time. It's weird to me now that they're telling you got to do it by a certain time. These are the things what are they saying without saying it? Because I used to be able to consolidate any time of the year. Now you got to do it by June 30th. Y'all better read between these lines. Okay. Thank you, J Doug. I appreciate it. Let's see. Did you play football? I did not play football, smart ass. But I do be in that gym though. Okay. Says Donald Trump has filed bankruptcy 5 times, y'all. 5. And if he can do it and still be rich, and that fool gonna run for president, please don't tell me that y'all cannot do bankruptcy. He filed a chapter 13, he filed a chapter 11, then he filed a chapter 13, then he filed an 11, and I think he filed a 13 again. So he was so slick that he jumped in and out of different ones based off of his situation. See, he know to run to his uncle. Me, I got the same one, and so do y'all. His name is Sam. Start going to him. If you don't know where to go or who to ask, you at least got somebody. At least you got to start right here. Okay. So if he can do it and still be rich, yeah, 50 Cent. 50 Cent just bought a doggone compound in Shreveport, Louisiana, and 50 Cent filed bankruptcy within 2 years of being 50 Cent. Okay. He was in debt up to his eyeballs, but did he lose anything? Nope. He didn't. He still got that money. Okay. Cynthia says, "Hey Shamika, hey Miss Cynthia, I'm glad to see you're here. Thank you for liking and sharing. I appreciate that." It says file taxes in February, deadline 6/12. What's wrong? If you filed taxes in February, I'm assuming you didn't get your taxes back yet. That is not uncommon. It's still people who have not gotten their taxes. Y'all can always call the tax assistant office, and you can ask them to look at your situation. A lot of y'all are just sitting on somebody's desk because they probably auditing and looking at somebody else's stuff, and y'all just being held up. It is not going to be uncommon for people to probably be waiting a year or two to get their taxes. That's just how it's going to be. It's been this way in the last couple of years. I've been doing taxes for a long time, and I'm starting to see a pattern, and I would not be surprised if it continues. Okay. Your best bet is to try to file as quickly as you can when the season opens so that you can get in that mix of people who's getting those payments. But you may have to wait. That's just how that's going to be. Okay. Let me see. All right, let me just make sure I don't like to miss nobody's questions. You're welcome. What's the name of the school, please? University of the People is the free college. You can get a master's, bachelor's, associate. University of the People. Free school. They accept financial aid and student loan. And then my favorite school is Columbia Southern University. They're right in Orange Beach, Alabama. I like them because the school is cheap. They send you the books. You don't even have to pay for that. And if y'all go to coursehero.com, I promise you can find all your schoolwork on that website. Now you will have to pay, but you can find all your schoolwork right there. So this way, for those who are just going to school to get a check, you're not working that hard. Okay. Do you need to be a high school student? You need to have graduated high school. And I believe that's it. What else y'all asking? Okay, so this is why I do these consultations, because I know some of y'all got stuff y'all don't want to talk about here. So we can always talk about it on the side. Yellow Butterfly says, will the credit cards close then in bankruptcy? Absolutely. When you file bankruptcy, all your debtors have to leave you alone because the law says they can't talk to you. So that means they basically going to say, shit, damn, I want to contact them for her to pay us, but I can't. So yes, your credit cards will close. Who cares? If you watched earlier when I said, if everything on your credit closes out, great. Your score goes up. I said that in one of my videos. Your score goes up in about 45 days. You are debt-free and you have a good credit score. Now, you may have to wait 6 months to 12 months before you can start getting large or high credit limits, but who cares? Y'all couldn't pay them the first time, so you should have to wait a little bit the second time before you go back. But I tell you, people who file bankruptcy once, statistics show they will file it again. Why? Either they bad with money or they're smart. You have to decide which one you are. Okay. How long does the bankruptcy last on your credit report? All of them will be 7 years. A chapter 7 can stay for 10 years, but it doesn't. It goes off in 7. A chapter 13 goes off in 7. But I'll tell you this: bankruptcies can be removed from your credit report. So they don't have to stay. And second of all, banks do like when you file bankruptcy versus leaving something on your credit and charging it off and letting it be written off the profit and loss. They don't respect that. If you borrowed money from me, I would like to at least see that if you can't pay me, you've made some steps to at least correct what you did wrong. That's what bankruptcy is. If you just don't do nothing and say, forget it, I don't care, I ain't never loaning you nothing again. And that's exactly why some of y'all who got all these charge-offs y'all can't get nothing. Y'all got to get all these secure credit cards because you weren't responsible with the bad debt that you did have. And yes, you can be responsible with bad debt. I'm not saying it. They show you, but how they treat you when you do have bad debt. So, okay, not University of Columbia, Columbia Southern University, CSU, Columbia Southern University, and University of the People, not University of Phoenix, University of the People, Columbia Southern University. Anything you heard that you couldn't type, you couldn't catch on quick, you came late, shamikasaves.com, go to my website, ask me, I'll answer it. Okay. It says, can you contract with the courts to not put the bankruptcy? Absolutely not. The process says it has to be filed. Why? Because as soon as you file bankruptcy, LexisNexis is going to know. LexisNexis is going to alert your credit card companies, and then it goes on your credit report. So no, there is nothing you can do to prevent it. We don't care. That's the process of credit reporting. It has to go on there. It has to touch that report. It don't mean we can't remove it from it, but it has to touch that report. So no, there's nothing you can do to avoid that. Okay. All right. So I've been on here for 90 minutes, which is way longer than I wanted to be on here, but I do appreciate y'all being here, sticking with me. Again, get that spreadsheet from me. Y'all want to talk about y'all credit, y'all want to talk about taxes, y'all just want to talk about bankruptcy, whatever that may be. I'm here. You can ask me questions, or you can book your consultation so we can get deep into it. June 30th, please let somebody know that they need to consolidate those loans so that they can take advantage of any type of program that the government is offering for those who cannot pay. Student loan payments resume in October. If you want to do the public servants loan forgiveness, you need to make sure your job is a nonprofit or it deals directly with the public or first responders, something like that. If you want to check to see if your job qualifies, I'll answer it. I will let you know. Okay. Trying to think, did I miss anything else? No, just pay attention to your bank accounts. Mint.com. Register, link your bank account so that it can see, so that you can get, you can go in there once a week and look at your transactions to make sure that nobody's stealing your money. And be mindful when you put checks in the mail. Make sure that mail is all the way in the box, or make sure you hand that check to the person that you're trying to get it to, because people, I'm telling you, a Q-tip and peroxide is all it takes to alter a check. Now, I don't want y'all to go out there and do it, but I'm letting you know it can happen. All right. Love y'all. Be blessed. See y'all next Monday. And if y'all got any questions, hit your girl up. See y'all later. Bye. See y'all.